This is America here, baby. This is great. I love it. Here we go, baby. I'm going to help you be successful. That's my job. Believe it. I've been doing this 27 years. That's a fact. Disney ESPN ain't going to help you because none of them know the right side. Trust me, they know nothing. Let's kick their ass. They don't know a damn thing about handicap. And I'm coming after you, Disney. I'm the guru. I'm Sportsguru.vegas. That name was earned by picking winners. That's how it works. Make no mistake, I'm here to win. That's right, gurus. Welcome, Sportsguru.vegas. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to my show. The new TikTok, Twitter, X followers. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Hey, welcome to my show, Gurus, Sports Guru Vegas live, Las Vegas, Nevada. So yesterday, interesting day. We did hit one of the round robins, and then we the other ones we actually tied. Northridge 1-1-1. It depends. I actually got 2.5, and then we the NBA we got swept in. So today we have a 4-teamer. I'm going to mix some college with an NBA game. There's a small board on Fridays. Generally, Gurus, this is to set up the weekend. And again, glad you're here. So we're heading into the second half of the NBA. We have to it's the first week they're back. Rest isn't a big deal. That's a component. They have a chance to heal these players, right? So their bumps and bruises get better, and you're kind of in a fog to know where they're exactly going to start. But it's not a surprise. We bet against better teams. Right, every team we bet against was obviously better than us. That's why we were dog in every game except the Sixers, who were a team that's struggling without Embiid. Let's face it, and we kind of knew that anyway. Randall and Adebayo's out for the Knicks, but they're on a mission. The Knicks, they're on a mission. This team, and they're playing probably better than. They have been playing better than the Knicks with these injuries. So we'll see how that works out. But, they're at home. They had time to rest, too, both teams. And not a very average road teams, but the Knicks are, they mean business. The college did well in the home games. And yesterday when we did the show, Gurus, I talked to you about that. You could bet the round robin on the money line at home. And they did win. Actually, it chopped because the Hofstra game was a favorite. You only could lay. You can't get plus because you're laying 2 or 3 on the game, and the money line was minus 180, 190. So we got rid of the points, but they did cover as well. So your secondary bet, like I was describing yesterday to you, can be the money lines. Taking the team to win on the points or laying the points. That's your secondary bet. Your primary is to bet the money line Hofstra, and they handily won second half, so they did a good job. That matched up pretty good for us. They battled actually through about 3/4 of the game, Drex. So I watched it, and then they came. The interesting thing is the Arizona State game. They were down 29 points and came back and went to overtime. Before the overtime, it had been the biggest comeback this season had they won the game. So it's craziness. I started watching that game in the second half. And I turned it off when they were getting buried just because I was watching other games. I had other action I was watching. And, then when they got down to about 12, I started watching Arizona State. And we got some favorable calls, whatever. They went to overtime and they covered. They lost by 2. It was a crazy way to get there, Gurus. But and how we get there is not as important as that we do get there, right? So anyway, welcome. Gurus, I started this show, and I talk about this basically on every show I do, because I don't see anything out there. I don't watch other podcasters that do what I do. I don't. That's not to say that they're not good. That's not my reasoning. I just kind of look at what's out there. I look at what's out there for the mass market, the media, right? The mainstream media, like Disney, ESPN, Fox. That I know doesn't. Now they do have a daily wager. They have shows that talk about wagering. And if you notice, they usually have a panel, and the panel's split up, and generally they both pick each side, right? And then there's sometimes they'll all pick the same, and we know they're to lose. And Gurus, I understand about entertainment, right? Entertainment is part of why we do it. We don't do sports for money. We don't. Now I'm doing it. I invested in this show so I can eventually get a return. But I invested in the show to help people get on the to help people win. My phone's been pinging, and I left it over there. So if that's Mark, you need to text me like you said you're going to do. Anyway, so let me grab my phone. God damn it. What is this shit, Mark? I don't even know where it is. Forget it. I can't even. Not sure what's going on there, but anyway, hopefully everyone can hear me. All right, let me know if you can. Anyway, text me, Mark, if there's any issues, please. Now, right now, Gurus, we don't have a lot of viewers, so some of this technical things I have to do during the show, and I apologize for that. I guess I don't even. Okay, fine. Anyway, I guess everything's good, except for the show, right? Who cares? You're supposed to text me. I never saw the chat. Anyway, Gurus, I'm going to focus on the show now. Everything seems to be fine. He was getting my eyes and ears out there. Anyway, Gurus, to get down to the seriousness of this, that it's very difficult to win in this business, okay? I came out here in 98. I used to come before that in 96. My journey starts all the way back to 96 that I've been handicapping sports on a regular basis. That's a very long time, and I'm every day basically since 98. So we're talking 25 years, and I've been helping people since that time. And again, as you go through this process, you always hope that you're the best handicapper. You always think, you're better, or you have an insight than other people. And that's not what this is about, Gurus. This is about the years of work behind what I'm offering here. This isn't some, bozo blowing smoke up your ass. I used to work for some tout service. I only worked for 2 because I realized I can't deal with that. So I became an independent person doing this, and I got all my clients out of the sports books, and I had to get paid to make money from them. Keep in mind, it's 25 years ago. I had to win, or I didn't get any money, and we were successful at it. And it was easier back then. There's a lot more sophistication involved than there was now. If I was to try this now, I would never have a chance. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is because I know there's a lot of viewers out there and bettors, and they don't know how to win, and they don't even know how to compete. And I can't guarantee you're going to win. That's even the companies that sell commercial that buy commercial ads during our games, huge investment companies, Merrill Lynch, All of them, Prudential, they all tell you underneath in small lettering, right? There's inherent risk in every form of gambling. This is like option trading in the stock market at a riskier level. That's what we're dealing with here, gurus. And you need to understand that, right? So there are people that make money trading options in the market. Okay, it's a lot about timing, obviously, because you have to predict when the stock will go up at a certain time. And this is very much like that, Guru. So, if you're not to be able to do this on your own, first of all, most companies can't release 3 games per bet. They can. They release 1 game, maybe 2 games, but not 3 per bet. So basically, what you're witnessing is something that most people can't do. And I started this show because I have access to the strip, and I can meet people. Well, it's harder to do that in this situation right now. So we're doing the best we can through here. We do go out and meet people, but we're trying to grow. We're growing at the same rate as most people that are on the social media on a daily basis. They grow slowly. And it takes time, gurus, but I'm going to continue to do the work because I have to do this work to help me. I'd be doing this work even if I wasn't doing this show. I have to get a text message, so I'm not sure. I don't have my phone with me, Mark, if that's you. It's in the other room. I tried to grab it. I'm doing a show. Anyway, gurus. So right now I only have a few viewers. I can afford all the stupidity that I'm dealing with. Right? I can afford it. So anyway, that's the way it is. And again, we're dealing with a small budget. I do this, we're near in where I'm staying, so I live here, my house. So that's what we're dealing with here. It's the American dream. It's capitalism. You start with nothing, you turn into something hopefully very successful. And again, it takes time, gurus, to do this. We're here for the long haul. So you got to fall but understand, when I'm giving out round robins, that's another sophisticated level of betting. And it's the only way I decided I can do this that would set myself apart from most people. And it is. They don't see anyone doing this. And so, because it's hard to be successful and do this, you have to have a lot of experience. And yesterday we hit a round robin, we lost 1 and we tied 1. That's a winner. And even if you break it down, it's very close. We had four games and we lost 4 games and we tied 1. So it's really close, which is the round robin was an advantage to bet that yesterday because you hit a full ticket and you lost a full ticket. That's perfect. That's exactly why I do this. So that's part of the strategy behind the round robin. You can have a day like yesterday and still win. And that's why I started it for this show, gurus. And so that's our theme. Now, and ultimately, with all the games, as it's turned out, it's been better to bet the round robin for the last probably 3 weeks. And that's good. We want that. But overall, in general, it's better to bet straight and then back it up with a round robin bet. And I've been sharing that with you guys. Now, today I'm going to release a 4-teamer. Round robin, and here it is here. So let's take a look at this. Now, Fridays is a small board. Generally, it's usually always a big board in the NBA, but it's a small board in college. Usually, the Metro, the Ivy, there's certain conferences that always play on Friday. And we're going to go with Dartmouth today in the Ivy. They're at home playing a team. Now, these teams are both in the bottom. So this game reminds me of Pacific, and I don't want to lose, but I'm using it because these teams are on the bottom. But unlike Pacific, Penn looks like they're not too much better than them, right? They had a tougher preseason schedules from what I looked at. That's why this number's the way it is. Well, hopefully we're going to try to clip this 6.5, and they match up reasonably with this team. So I do like this position. And that's all we're here for, gurus, is to keep randomly rotating positions that are favorable financially in your portfolio. Remember, we have to beat a 10-cent juice line, sometimes 20. We lay money lines, we buy points, halves. So we even have to be better than that, and we have been. So that's a good thing, gurus. And I apologize to the beginning of the show. I'm assuming everything. Mark's email texted me. I believe he's supposed to hit me on here on my studio. Anyway, gurus, let's get back into the other game now. We're staying in the MAC. So the MAC's another conference that plays on Friday. And these two conferences are interesting, right? Some weird results come from when these two teams play. So anyway, Bowling Green is at home. Toledo's so if you're with us, which you probably were, we had Toledo the other day. It was a strong bet for us, and we won that bet. Good team, Toledo. And without getting points, there's no way we would bet this game today. But we're going to play Bowling Green. They're getting 4.5, and I feel they can cover that. You can buy it to 5. It shouldn't be a problem. You always want to buy to tie. You guys, that's what we do here. You don't want to lose by hook if you can avoid it. Remember, it does add juice to our bets. So that means, but I think overall, if you can and the price is reasonable, you want to buy to tie. If you get the number that's the opening line, now each of us have a different opening line. And for me, I put 4.5. That's based on what I use, my criteria. Everyone has a different app. Everyone has different, statistics they look at. Follow what you want to do, but if you want to use, and again, I'm your guide, gurus, right? We've talked about that since I've been doing this show. So if I'm your guide, which I am, you can use the points I get. You can bet the games. I bet you'll be fine. You don't have to do anything. But most of the people I've met are bet. They like to bet like I do sports, and so they have their own ideas, and they should. That's what we're here for. Actually, here to share ideas, and you can comment if you have any of that. So anyway, moving on to, then we got Green Bay on the money line. They're in the horizon. Again, this conference likes to play on Friday, playing a Fort Wayne team that, they're a solid team. This conference is very competitive. It always has been. And, it's a battle. And, college is interesting, gurus, because, yesterday I was watching, I forgot which game it was. I think it was Hofstra. And they were talking about Drexel and Hofstra competing to be the 4th seed. It might have not been that game, but it was one of them as well. So the first 4 teams in the conference game I was watching, they go to the finals. So they go to the conference tournament and they get a bye. So if you finish top 4, and I don't remember, I believe it was the Colonial. I'm going to stay with that for now. But you can say it doesn't matter. You can look that up with each conference, Google it, and it'll tell you how they set up their conferences. Each one's a little different, I believe. But in this case, the top 4 get a bye. They don't have to play in the first round, like the 10th seed against the 12th and all that. Now, we're going to be handicapping those games, right? We don't give a shit if they're the top seed, bottom. Every matchup, that's all we care about is matchups here on my show. And so we'll be carrying you through the conference tournaments. But the first round in all the tournaments is always the lower seed teams playing to get knocked out or move up and advance. The medium and the middle of the pack versus the lower. And then we're going to be figuring out those matchups, groups, for you guys to help you win. But right now, it's just jostling. And these games matter, but they don't matter, right? So, for example, Washington State, another game I watched last night. Those 2 teams are 1 and 2 in the Pac-12. And now Washington State is in first place because they beat them outright. And I did tell you on the show that you can bet them to win the game. Why can't they win, right? So they beat a team, and they look like they're better than Arizona. I think Love came from North Carolina. I don't have a lot of respect for him, but I will say, this Washington State team is very good. They have an NBA two guard. This Wells kid shot very well. He's got length. He's got athleticism. They have they got an NBA player. They do, Washington State. He's going to be drafted high, Gurus. And a big win for them. So now they're in first place. They beat Arizona twice this year. Now, how does that structure? I don't know. I do know they have the Pac-12 tournament here in Las Vegas. I've gone to it before, so I know it's here. They used to have it at MGM, but they've built more arenas, Gurus. So we have a lot of places for these teams. I think we have like 6 conference tournaments at least in Vegas that are coming in 2 weeks. That's exciting, right? A lot of fans visit from out of town, and they help the economy. So and I talked about this, Gurus, during the Super Bowl, and we have phenomenal facilities for fans, for everybody. I mean, we really that new dome. I forgot it, but the new huge auditorium shaped in the sphere. It's called. Beautiful place. YouTubers. They've had top bands performing there. Just a beautiful, and the fabulous hotels going up, beautiful out in blue and all these new ones, Resort World. So we got it going on for entertainment, Gurus, tourism. It's the greatest city in the world. That's why I always lead my show off with that. Let me see. We have a chat here from Mark. Okay, so everything's fine. Oh, Mark, I didn't see your first message. Everything, you sound better. All right. Getting ready for March Madness. Yep. I'll post that in a second, Mark. Whatever. Thanks. NBA, we have the Heat. I'll finish with the games, and we'll go in. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the conference tournaments coming up, and then we have some of them here. And anyway, Gurus, we're going to finish with the Heat at home. I'm sorry, Heat on the road. They're at New Orleans, and New Orleans has played yesterday. And we really hope Ingram's out this game. He didn't play yesterday. He has an illness. They say, I'm not sure what that is. It's China virus. I can tell you it won't be worth anything today because I've had it so many times in 3 years. Forget about it. I have the long haul, they call it now, which is not fun. You don't want that. So, but I don't know. Hopefully he's not playing tonight. The number's close. It's 3. And Miami matches up well against this team. But again, we hope Ingram's out of the game. He's he's probably their best player. So hopefully he's out. And again, we're getting into NBA slowly here, Gurus, right? We got to be careful as we go into it. Yesterday we came out and 0-3. Nobody wants to go 0-3, but those are true odds. That means on your ticket it's better. We don't like it because we went 3-0 on the college, which means you maximize your profit that way. So however it happened yesterday, it benefited our round robins. That's okay for today. Now we focus on today. And today's a small board, like I discussed with you. So we have 4 games I'm releasing. Buy off that 3 to 3.5 in the Heat, and we'll have them. And again, the NBA will be going longer because the March Madness teams will start chopping down half every day. So our main, as we transition into baseball, we'll have NBA, some hockey, and then baseball. That's how we're going to play it in the next phase of this show, right? And I'm going to continue. And actually, I'll have more time to be out meeting people when I have less games. There's a lot of work involved here, Gurus. Not only that, I've set up this business this year so I could reach you guys. And now that I have that taken up, we're still working on some technical issues. But now that I have that taken care of, we just stay consistent then and do like the other shows, rotate sports. The difference is they can't help you win. I get a lot of text messages from First Take on Twitter X, and it's always, ridiculous questions that have nothing to do with being successful that day. Mark and I go over these games every day together, and I had a little trivia for him. And we got into a conversation about the top 20 white guys of all time. 10, we started with 10, and then I went on this basketball players, by the way. And the reason I brought that up is because I watched this piece on the SEC back in the day when Dan Issel was the best player in Kentucky. That's for you new gurus, that goes way back. And the reason it was special is Pete Maravich is a Hall of Famer, and it was about their matchup together. So Mark and I were talking about it. And after we got done talking, I said, Mark, I bet you people on the show would like to hear this. But I said, you know what? That's what the other shows are for. But I believe we're going to do both eventually on this show, right? Because, 25 years of helping people means you've had a lot of experiences in sports, and you know how that affects things through a betting aspect. But we're all human too, right? There's a human aspect. And, news matters, right? No matter if we're betting on a team or not, if a player gets hurt and they say breaking news, that affects us as fans, right? And potential investors, gamblers like we are. So, news matters. And who does news better than ESPN? Nobody, right? Because half of it's fake. What that means is they manipulate the hell out of the news anyway. That's one of the reasons why it's hard to trust the news, because it's so manipulated by whoever network is presenting it to you with their biased beliefs, gurus. And, that's very dangerous. This is a new thing that started, obviously, when Trump ran for president and won legitimately. And, they've been on him, attacking him, mainstream media ever since. And he goes on the attack with them. And, it's some of it he asked for. But, what we're seeing now is insane, right? We know that there's election interference going on. So we know that. And the only way to fix this stuff, gurus, is to just vote them back in. That's exactly what's going to happen anyway. And, at least the country will be restored back to sanity. Again, move forward. And so I'm going to post this, what Mark said. Getting ready for March Madness. That's correct, my friend. Yeah, that's a ways away. We're getting ready for conference tournaments, Mark, not March Madness. Conference tournaments. So, and gurus, again, I know it's crazy, right? I mean, we didn't have podcasts when I first came to this town, right? In fact, if you wanted to go on the internet, you had to go to the Stardust, and they had a little area where you could be on the internet, because not everyone even had a computer. Certainly none of us had iPhones. So you had to share time to get on, and nobody really went on the internet. So they give you this computer printout. It literally was a computer printout. And they put it on the wall. They called it the library, sports betting library. And my brother and I, in 96, started using that. That was how you got information back then. But you got to remember, there was none of this AI, none of this, algorithm stuff. Things were very slow back then, and it was just a different time. The numbers were very, just simple. They were favored. It wasn't as difficult to win as it is now. And but that's all right. It is what it is. But it was different back then. So now, gurus, you have all this information on the internet. You have people like me who have their own shows, and we try to help you. You have a lot more at your disposal than you had before. And, maybe that's helping people, right? Again, we all think we have more to offer. I feel by offering the round robins, that puts me at another level, right? And we'll see if that happens. I have good response when I go out and meet people. They're all very receptive. The numbers have been very reasonable. So I'm proud of that. Mark and I work very hard. And so that's what we did today. We did the best we could, put these games together for you guys. Your job is simple: like, subscribe, share it with your friends. I talked about that yesterday on the show. I do every day, because without that, my show can't stay in existence. I'm going to keep doing it, Bruce, because everything's paid for. But I need support so that I can, get content. I'm working here. Hell, you go to school. How much are you paying for that to learn about a bunch of, we won't go there, but the education system's in question here, right? Even with our top schools like the Ivy schools, right? We see a lot of the doctrines they've learned, and some of the people that go there now, it's not like it used to be, gurus. It's changed. So you're getting a free education, if you will, here. And, nothing's free, so hit like, subscribe, and share it. Make sure your friends are doing it as well. That's how I can grow. And I have to ask for that because I need to. I have to have it. And I need your help, gurus. So anyway, I'll do it as long as I can. Let's see what happens on both sides here. I'll do my part, gurus, and that's what I did today. So I have the games. I didn't pull them down. This is what we're betting today. Dartmouth, take the points at home. Bowling Green, take the points at home. Green Bay, money line, and then the Heat. And again, the money lines are optional. Three of these are all home teams, so I would say yes, money line. And the Heat can win because they're on a back-to-back, the Pelicans. So I would say, yeah, I'm going to do the money line. I'll join you in that money line situation there. 15% looks reasonable. That's about right for this, 10 to 15. So you want to back up your four-teamer with all money lines, but majority of your bet you want on these spreads and money lines as I listed here for you. But we always want to factor those money lines in. And again, bet straight, back it up, do all that. So your biggest bet should be straight, and then the second is the round robin. Third is the secondary round robin, and do that by percentages. Keep watching the show. So where are we at? Tomorrow's a huge day, right? We have 8 hours worth of work to do. It's really unavoidable. And I'll be getting these bets out to you starting in the morning, probably around 8 o'clock a.m. That's West Coast Pacific Standard Time. So look for those on your iPhone or your computer. Make sure you hit the indicator so you know that I'm sending out these picks to you. And you get them. You want to get them. And I don't know how many there'll be. I think we've been at least, I think 4 we did, I believe, last Saturday. So it's quite extensive on the weekends. I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't at least that again. And now with the NBA, we're looking at 5 round robins probably. It's 15 up to 20 games we could have, gurus. I won't know, but you'll find out. I'll send you everything tomorrow. Just please keep subscribing, keep following, right? Help tell your friends. That helps me grow. We have to, gurus. We have to be big. And so people take notice, right? We're winning. They're not winning. So why are they getting millions of? Because they don't know about other opportunities, other ways. They just all believe you can't win. And then they look at these clowns on television. If Scott Van Pelt, well, hell, if he can't win, then I can't win, right? Now, screw that. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. And his sidekick there, that guy he works with, is a complete imbecile, and he's on every betting show imaginable. So, and they're getting a lot of money for basically giving out plays that help you lose. If that's okay with you, keep watching them, gurus. Enjoy the show. Now you have an alternative. So if my show doesn't make it, we have only America to blame. Wouldn't sadly surprise me. Look at everything else that's failing. It would be sad, a very sad thing. So let's see what you got out there, gurus. Let's get this done. Let's make this a movement. Right? Let's make sure Guru has a big show so he can reach the world. Let's make a difference. That's what I'm doing this for. So I need your help with that, Guru. So I want to thank you for coming on the show today. And I want you to come we shoot Monday through Friday, generally noon to 1. And that's when I usually start the show. That's West Coast time, gives you plenty of time to get your bets in. And may move that up an hour after the college season's over. We'll see to 1 to 2. We'll see. It might be in the way of some lunch, some people on lunch, but I figure that could be better. They have time to watch. We'll see, Gurus. We're testing some things out. Just keep sharing it. That's the only way we grow, Gurus. I'll keep doing my job helping you guys, okay? So we have a big day tomorrow, Gurus. Get ready. I know I have to get ready. Come back tomorrow at, not tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Hit your indicator on your YouTube. For sure on Monday, I'll be back to do a show. That's 100%. But at least set it in case I do one on Saturday. I mean, on Sunday, I could actually do one. We'll see. It depends when the games come out and what I have on Sunday. But I'd have no problem doing a show. And if I do, hit your indicator so you know that it's on. You can view it or at least watch it. Keep in mind the information. You don't have the time you have during the week. You want to get the bets in. I do try to get them in an hour before they start at least. I've been keeping that pretty consistent for you guys. So anyway, I appreciate you coming on today. Come on, put your indicator on for either Sunday, for sure on Monday through Friday, right? Noon to 1 West Coast time. Tell all your friends, subscribe, share, like. Come back to Monday or Sunday. I'll see you for sure Monday. Thanks for being with me today. I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll